Hey, good morning, everybody. Going to go over our Forex trades for today, Thursday, April 2nd. We're wrapping up a little early today. It is a pre-holiday as markets close on Thursday today, heading into the holiday of Good Friday and then Easter on Sunday. So we had three trades, pulled out 10.9 pips. Two of them were full scalps, and one was a swing trade that we only had 10% of our normal size. And we'll go over them in a minute. There were no trades this morning. There was just too much. Again, it was just too much economic data to dance around this morning. We did have a couple of trades last night as far as the full scalp trades. Today we got initial jobless claims, which came in a little bit better than expected, which is a decent sign. But that's a weekly number, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. Factory orders, they came in better than expected, which was a good sign. But that was for the month of February. For the month of January, they actually revised it worse from a negative 0.2% to a negative 0.7%. So factory orders came in for February a little better than expected, but January got revised down by 0.5%, which is not a good sign there. ECB, they released their meeting minutes this morning. The big thing there, and it really was probably the biggest event that caused us not to trade. We were looking to do a trade in euro yen, but we had to wait till after those minutes came out, and it was just too late by the time they did. The move was too violent. ECB agreed at their March meeting to remain firm in implementing quantitative easing, even though economic outlook is improving in Europe. I don't know if economic outlook is really improving in Europe, but the ECB claims it is. So we'll see. But they're gonna. If the economic outlook was improving, you think they'd be talking about maybe backing away from QE, even though they just started it. I understand, but they're going to steadfast and continue with their QE. So I don't know how strong it really, how much economic improvement is really improvement there is in Europe, but we'll soon find out. As far as our trades, let's go over them. The first one you're looking at here was a swing trade in euro yen. We were short this 128.791. We only had 10% of our normal size. We picked up 27.9 pips. That's equivalent to approximately 2.7 pips. You had a couple of chances to get out with profits, which we didn't. We were looking for a greater move down. We were looking to cover right around, the 128.50. We were actually hoping it would get to about 128.20. But after a day or so of waiting, it was pretty evident that it wasn't going to happen. So we covered just as it broke down to the 128.50. Which was a good move because it did trade down as low as 128.40. I think it was 128.38 actually, but it was a quick bounce. This all happened within a half an hour. So I guess we made the right move there. You could see what happened. You'd want to be out before the ECB minutes were coming out. You would know they were coming out from the economic calendar, and you'd also want to be out before tomorrow's non-farm payroll, which is being announced, even though it's a holiday. Makes no sense by the U.S. government, but that's what they're doing. If that non-farm payroll and unemployment report comes out tomorrow and surprises big one way or the other, if you're holding a position over this holiday and over the weekend, you may get gapped, and it could gap big against you. So, you're gonna want to be out of any swing trade heading into that number. So, we were short this thing for a couple of days, and since it's not busting down, it was pretty evident. All right, well, let's take, we still be making, 25 to 30 pips. Let's grab it. So not too bad. And then the next two trades were both in Australian dollar, US dollar. They were just pure, pure scalps. The first time we were short 0.76015, picked up 3.9 pips on that. Literally, after we covered within minutes, it was down a few pips more. And probably within 8 minutes, less than 10 minutes, the thing was down about 20 pips from where we covered. So, unfortunately, when you're in a full scalp, you're looking to get out real quick. So, if the move happens quickly, you can really nail it. If the move doesn't happen that quickly, you're going to be stuck making 2, 3, 4, 5 pips. Our timing, literally, if we had waited, 5 to 8 minutes longer, we probably could have we would have doubled or tripled this profit here. We would have made at least 8 to 12 pips on the trade pretty easily. And then we get another signal to go short, Australian dollar, US dollar, 0.75943. Pretty much same scenario, just didn't happen as quick. Covered at 0.75900, picked up the 4.3 pips. It took probably about 40 minutes later, she ran all the way down to 0.7568. That's another 20 to 22 pips. So, but again, you're not going to wait that long on a full scalp unless it's just not, unless it's really not doing anything or it's kind of trending against you a little bit. So you're not going to be in the position all that long. So we'll take it, 3 trades, 10.9, one nice swing and 2 full scalps. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Any signals come out, they'll be coming your way. We're not going to be taking any positions heading into the holiday and the long weekend. We'll be flat, and we'll be looking to get started again on probably not Easter evening. Maybe Easter evening. If not then definitely Monday morning. So that's it. If you're trading now, good luck. If you're going to hold a position over this holiday weekend, be careful because you have that unemployment number coming out and the non-farm payroll number coming out tomorrow morning, even though it's a holiday. Kind of silly, but that's what the government is doing. So that's it. We'll be back Monday, assuming we get some action. Have a great holiday.